Hey, so today we're going to talk about Fallout, the new Amazon Prime TV series based off, the video games. I know nothing of the video games. I only played New Vegas like for like a day, and then my I'm pretty sure it was PS3. My PS3 bricked, so I didn't get very far. And I didn't feel like buying a new PS3 cuz PS4 was coming out, and what's the point of spending $800 to replace the system and then buy a new system? It was just pointless. So I don't really know Fallout. That's my point. I don't know Fallout very well. So I went into this with no expectation of what it should be via video game. That being said, not bad. From what I understand, talking to people and actual players of the game, they said it follows the lore pretty well. So, you got to give people credit. Video game movies don't usually do very well. Looking at you, Resident Evil. Let's not even talk about the Netflix Resident Evil. Holy cow. But we're here for Fallout. So, if you don't know what Fallout is, it is a video game series that is based off a nuclear apocalypse. Um, this show is like based 200 plus years after the Fallout, and you're just kind of following these characters around. One of them is called man, I'm gonna get this wrong. A vault. What do they call them? Vaulties? I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. Someone who lived in the vault their entire life, born in a vault, has no idea of what the outside world is. She has to then go explore. Her name's Lucy. She has to go find her dad because some people break into their vault and kidnap her dad, who is the leader. And that's kind of the premise of this show. Before I get into visuals, acting is pretty good. I thought acting is really good. You've got this lady who plays Lucy. You've got Walton Goggins. Goggins? I think it's Goggins. Who's from Justified. That's a great show. You could just talk about Justified, but he's in this and he plays a ghoul. It is a creature, like a man that has transformed over time through radiation. And he pretty much is a bounty hunter. And the reason he's a bounty hunter is because he needs to make money to keep himself from transforming and losing all humanity that's left in him by becoming a full-fledged ghoul, which is this weird messed up skin. Literally just looks like radiation has destroyed him. It's pretty cool. And then the other guy, I don't know who he is. He's a part of the Brotherhood. I'm so bad with names of characters. Maximus. That's it. Maximus. So he is a part of the Brotherhood and he does really well too. They all, honestly, the acting's really well. The story, the first 3 episodes are a little slow in my opinion. It kind of drags. And once you get past episode 3, for me at least, episode 4 and on is really good. That's when like they start getting into the story and like kind of digging back and showing like what's going on, and that's where all the twists and turns come, and it's done really well. It's just you got to get, like, for me, I had to get past the first 3 episodes cuz I was having a tough time paying attention. Didn't know what was going on cuz I don't know the lore. And otherwise, it was really other than the slowness of the first 3 episodes, it was really good. Um the visual effects are kind of hit and miss. Um some things are done really well, some things look really good, like the um oh man, I can't even think what it's called. The actual effects, like I can't think of it now what that's called. Like the armor and like the cities that they're done that aren't visual, like they're really well done, and it's just kind of it gives you a good vibe of apocalyptic. And there's a lot of weird characters thrown in and out, and it's, I don't know, it's just done really well. There's not a lot to complain about except for one thing. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now, because overall, the show's good. It's got good twists. I don't want to go into spoiler details. You should go watch it, give it a try. It's not bad. You might be like me in the first 3 episodes, a little slow, but get through it. It gets really good. And like the more you pay attention, the more twists and turns. It's done really well. It's also directed by Christopher Nolan's brother, or he's producing, directing. He's in charge. So, you know, famous, good film directors family. You know, you gotta give them a chance. Okay, sorry, little tangent over. We're gonna talk about the one issue I have in this show. So, the Brotherhood. It's this group of men, and they're the ones when you're watching it. There's these guys in giant armor that they look like mechs, um, and kind of like stormtroopers. Honestly, just like roided out stormtroopers. These are supposed to be men. Like it's a group of men. They grow up. They pretty much find survivors and then like children and then raise them into this thing. It's like a little army, and but it's all men. And in this show, I was a little confused because there was a girl and I didn't know the lore. So like going into it, I literally, the only thing I could think was, I was like, there's a bunch of men and then there's this one girl in here. And come to find out, she is actually playing a guy. And it just doesn't work for a lot of reasons. But because I thought it was a girl because she had boobs. And I was like, oh, it's a girl. And then slowly after watching, I realized she also has a mustache. And then I had to look it up. And then I was talking to my friend about it, and he goes, "Yeah, in the lore, it's all men. So she is actually a guy. She's playing a guy. She's not supposed to be a thing that's. She's literally supposed to be a guy. There are no girls in the Brotherhood." Well, that's really confusing because there's a guy. So now there's a guy with boobs and a very feminine voice that's running around in the show. But it's just, it doesn't. Do we have to force it? Like, I'm sorry. It's a girl. I might get in trouble for this, but she's a girl with a mustache. That's not a guy. And it's not fooling anyone because literally right off the bat, I was like, what is this girl doing with all these guys? And then come to find out, well, no, that's a guy, but it's not. And that's the only thing that's the thing that ruins the show for me. And it's such a small part, but that's it. Other than that, it's fine. But it's just, we can't have men play men anymore. We have to have women pretend to be men, and eventually there will be no men. Eventually it will be women playing men and women playing women, and we'll just get rid of all the men, or they'll make men play women, and it'll just be a confusing time. And, I'm not here for it. So that's like my real problem with this is just the forcing of this down our throats. We don't need it. It doesn't actually benefit the story. It actually just causes more confusion because now like we used to just have to play imaginary, like when you go to a movie, when you watch TV, it's all in your mind. Like you have to like escape into this realm, and all of a sudden now your escapism is being forced to be somebody else's escapism in reality. And it just doesn't work. Because I know watching it, that's a girl. But she's a guy. Just have a guy play the role. But that's the world we live in. We have to play escapism in their world and force it into our imagination so that we make it regular and normal. And then we have to live with it. Sorry, this was supposed to be a review of the show, and it's just like it's tiring. It sucks. So, and it's not fair because now You're just making it, I don't know. You're making it normal, and it's not normal. And obviously it's not normal because there's only one. In a show where there's people with radiation and all this and all that and all these problems, and then somehow there's a guy who's played by a girl, and it doesn't even work in there. And it's like, it's just stupid. That's all I can say. It's stupid and it's pointless, and this will be the downfall of society and of Hollywood. Not in that order. Well, maybe. Maybe society will crumble first and then Hollywood. Who knows? Who knows? But it's just it's such a small part, but it's such a but in reality it's such a big picture, because you're going to start seeing it more. This was the first little drop. And this isn't even the first time, but this is like, this one was so subtle that eventually it's going to be everywhere. And eventually you won't even know. And that's the problem. So otherwise, great show. But that is reason enough to not give it time. Even though I do think it's worth it. I think it's a good show, and I think they did really well with it. In the second season, with more money, it'll look better. But if Hollywood keeps doing that, it won't matter if it's good, because it won't be worth giving it time. And I hope they learn this sooner than later, but I have a feeling it's going to be later. So sorry for the, at first, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that we have to live with now, and it's being forced, and it's stupid, and it sucks. So, and this isn't even an offense towards this person. It's just the land of make believe really is starting to bleed into reality. So sorry. That's where I'll end this. If you like my reviews, come back, give me a second try, or third or fourth, whatever. But like, comment, share. If you have anything you would like me to talk about, movie, TV show wise, comment it. I'll go check it out and see what I think. Other than that, have a great week.